Good evening, everybody. Good evening. Hope you're keeping nice and warm because it's still blooming cold out there, isn't it? But it is January. So I thought we'd bring you something very pretty and very new today. Thank you all for joining me. Sue, two Sues, probably lots of more Sues, three Sues. Dawn, I did send you a message. Hope you've got it. Di, Tony, Anita, Mary, Glenda, Anne, Stella, Shirley. Lovely to see you all. So, what am I going to bring you? So, what I'm going to bring you are three different things here today. We've got two new die sets. One is a new flower from us. Let me bring that down so you can see where you should be going. It's the beautiful little Primrose, and I will show you one of those in all its glory. This is the beautiful little Primrose flower. So we've got that for you, which is new. And then we've also got the new Twisted Squares, which is something that I've been looking to bring to you for quite a few months, in fact, because I thought it was rather lovely. I'll show you that in a second. And also I've got some special offers on the Creative Expressions floral sentiment stamp sets. Now they came out at the end of last year and they're so pretty because I love the fonts. I'll just show you a couple of those. Now you can get these individually, but they're also on a very special bundle price. They're 4 sets altogether. These are 2 of them. Clear stamps, as you can see from the other side there, and I like that font. I just love this type of font, the sort of scripty, swirly type of thing. Plus on all of them you've got like a little bit of something extra. This one's got a heart and a little swirly bit. This one's got some flowers and also a different type of heart, and then there's sort of squiggles and hearts and all sorts of things. So I've got this one on my right is Petal Cascades, and that's got Get Well Soon, Love, My Love, and Thank You. And then this one on my left is Ribbon Bloom Sentiments, and that's got Congratulations, Love, Happy Birthday, and Hello Friend, plus, as I said, a couple of little extras. So I am going to be incorporating that. And I just wanted to show you a quick way of using your stamping platform, really, to line things up and stamp directly onto a piece of card that you're going to use as a main focus. So that's those bits. I showed you the flower, and here is the beautiful, let's take that out of the way, the beautiful Twisted Squares. So it's one die set, but it's got the equivalent of 3 of these squares all mixed and matched together, and it comes out as a beautiful, delicate, look at that, and quite a nice size. So let me just measure that for you, because you probably want to know the size, don't you? Let me just, bizarrely, I have to do it in inches, because that's the one that I picked up. So I was going to say it's about 5 inches square, roughly. So it fits into a 6x6, but it also fits into anything bigger than that. And I'm actually going to be using it on a 7x7 today. I've cut it out in the gold mirror card. I do have that essential gold mirror card on the website if you're interested in it. It's just not a brassy colour, which I really like. So that's the gold that I've been using more recently, as well, of course, the satin gold. But yeah, so I'm going to use that. I have already cut that one out, as you can see. But yeah, beautiful, beautiful. And then bring it in my little stand with my dies on here. You can then see this is the Primrose flower. So I've done it in 3 sets, or a set of 3, I should say, and they do come to you joined, but they're very easy to break off. But because you're more than likely, or me, I'm more than likely to actually be using them as a set of 3, I'm going to keep mine together just so that that's easier to do. But you may like to be someone that slots in your little dies into places on your scraps of card a bit more frugally than I do, and therefore it's easier to just bend them apart. They'll come apart easily. You can see that they've got some little markings on there, so that's a nice little debossed feature. It also removes the center, so you've got room for putting a nice little embellishment in the center if you wish. Or I will be doing this on Thursday. Wednesday, making them into a slightly different type of flower. So I'll be showing you that on Wednesdays if you can join me then. But yeah, so let's get cutting out some of these flowers and show you how I'm going to do some stamping as well with the sentiments. I'm going to take these first, and I'm going to use for this some baby pink adorable scoreable card. I'm going to pop that onto there, and I'm going to cut out 2 pieces like that. Let's just trim that down. So I'm going to cut that out twice. Oh, so let's just run that through first. Oh. And as I said, I've already cut that one out of the essential gold mirror card, and I've also used these 2 pieces for the matte and layering. Oh goodness me. Oh, well done, Fiona. Fiona's here as well. Right day. Right day, right time. What could one more could one ask for? So you can see there, I'm not sure if you can see, yeah, just about, that you've got that little bit of debossed look on there as well. So just take those off, and I want them to cut them out one more time. So pop them to one side. I don't really want the centres left in there, do I? Just pop that on as well. And then I can put the flowers together and just leave them for a little while whilst we're busy doing the other bits and pieces. And let's just run that through. Just take that off. Whoops. And there we've got, so that's 3 different sizes, and I'm going to mount them up a little bit. So if you look at the shapes, you hopefully will be able to see just about that there's 3 lines on there. So it gives quite a nice little indentation to it. But the one in the middle does help if you want to just be folding your card. And that's exactly what I want to do. So I just want to, along that line, I'm pressing with my nail and just folding that in half. And that almost gives a sort of a pre-scored line, if you could call it that. So I'm just going to prepare all of these flowers. Of course, you could use any flower, but I thought I would bring you a nice bit of springtime and a nice versatile die that we can change up a bit. As I say, if you join me on Wednesday, I'll be showing you that with these dies. So let me just bring in these ones as well. So 2 sets, and that will give me the 3 flowers. And just folding it on that line just makes it nice and easy. Now, when I'm going to join these together, I'm going to just simply put them, as I usually do, one of the same size onto the same size at the bottom there, just overlapping the petals. And I'm going to be using my wet glue in order to do that. So let's take the large one. I'm going to turn it around the other way, and you can see that I've got sort of like a ring around here. So that's where I'm going to put my little rim of glue. I'm then going to put that, whoops, the other one's decided to jump. I'm going to put that over the top, and I'm just going to grab hold of something just to hold that in place, and then I can just move those top ones up, holding it in place, and then just do the same with these. So fold that back, pop a little bit of glue on that outside ring, and then that one on the inside, and then my little one here. Oh, jumped out my hand. Like that. Now, also, whilst they're drying, I want to just put some of my little flower centres into the centre there. So I'm just going to cut those off. And I'm going to use silicone glue. If I did have my heat gun going, I would have used that really, because that's the, in all honesty, that's the best one for this sort of thing, because it will dry quickly. But you know what it's like. It's in the depths. And so I haven't done that. So let's just add that blob to there. And I'm going to put that to one side. Whoops, preferably not upside down. Pop that to one side, just to let that glue go off a little bit, although it will take a bit longer than we've got here today, whilst I show you about centering your sentiments on something like this. So the sentiment that I'm going to use today, I'm going to use the Wow embossing powder, the polished super fine version. I'm going to use it in gold. That's going to be my theme today. Let's just tuck that one into there. They are best left overnight, to be honest, these pearls here. But I think that they look rather lovely. So just put them to one side. Okay. So, as I said, I've got a 7x7 card blank, but the beautiful twisted squares go nicely onto a 6x6 as well. But that's the size I wanted to use today. I've taken a piece of the baby pink and I've cut that piece to 16.5 centimetres by 16.5 centimetres. Then I've taken, I won't remove it, otherwise it'll glare. Then I've taken a piece of the mirrored gold and I've cut that to 16 centimetres by 16. And then I've cut this piece. Do you know, hold on a second. I don't know if I said that quite right. Let's find the centimetre. I don't think I said that quite right. This one is 16.5 by 16.5. No, I lie. This one is 16 by 16, then 15.5 by 15 for the gold. But then this one is not half a centimetre smaller. This one is 15.3. Yeah, about 15.2 or 3. I didn't want that full width. The reason being that this is very narrow. So I wanted it to go along with it being very narrow. So I don't want to put all these layers together first because I want this layer to work with. So this is a piece of ordinary white card. Could be super smooth, but that's the sort of card that I want to use. I'm going to get my stamping platform. So this can obviously be anyone's stamping platform that you use. And I'm going to put that into the centre as if I was ready to make that piece up. Then I'm going to put in my twisted squares. And these can go any which way, really. They can go like that or like that, whichever way you fancy them going. I'm going to go like that, I think. So the two things that I'm going to look at is that I've got a fairly even space between that side and that side outside, and the same up and the bottom there. So more or less in the middle. Okay. Then I'm going to choose my sentiment, and I think I'm going to go for the one Hello Friend because I quite like that. Down the bottom here. And I'm going to place that just about there for the minute, but I'm also going to think about where I want to be placing my flowers, and they are going to go over here, probably something like that. So ultimately, if I put my sentiment there, I know that that's going to be in the right place with everything taken into consideration. I'm then going to just carefully move the bits that move, apart from that last little bit. And then I'm going to pick that up. Then I can remove those bits as well, and I can just then prepare my surface by rubbing with an anti-static bag. I'm going to use my Wow embossing pad, and I have got some of these back in stock. I've been ages and ages without these in stock, and they are now back if I can get the lid off. So this is the clear embossing pad, the sticky pad, and this is going to pick up the embossing powder that we want it to do. So I'm just going to stick that onto there, and then when I take that over, just press that down. And hopefully that should give us enough sticky on there. And then I will grab my little pot of polished gold superfine, and we'll add our powder. So wherever we've put that sticky pad, that's going to pick up the powder, as you can see. So I've got a lovely sentiment there. And then I can scoop that back into my pot like that. Put the lid back on, and then I will put the lid back on there as well. That's always a good idea, is it not? And I'm just going to grab my embossing gun, just heat that up a minute, and then I'm just going to melt that powder so that we've then got that shiny gold like we've got on here as our sentiment. Now obviously you could put any sentiment you like on here, but I just wanted to show you how a lot of sentiments now, and I love them, are that you stamp them and then you cut them out with a die. But a lot of them also are such like this, that you stamp them and that's it. But it's nice to have them placed properly. Excuse the noise of this. So I'm just going to melt that powder. Not sure if you can see it turning. And so it is a particularly shiny one. As I said, it's called polished gold, and there's also polished silver, but it does give a very nice finish. I think that looks good. So let's construct our card back together again. So we'll decide whether we want an up or a downer. We'll have it with a top folding, but that's entirely up to you. I'm just thinking now. No, I think we'll lay that all down. I was going to put some foam on it, but I think we won't. So just put in some glue near the edge, not too much, just enough. And that should fit in nicely to the centre of your card, leaving an even white border all the way round. Then we've got this. Can you see my fingerprints on there already? Gosh. That was me because I grabbed hold of it in such a silly way. I wouldn't normally leave that. Now, again, I haven't done it this time because I had lots of scrap gold, but you could always use the centre of this card to cut out your die on here, because that would be absolutely perfect. No one would see the inside of it. I'm going to get my cloth to press this down, not least for the fact that you will then not see my grubby fingerprints everywhere. But you will see all the lights reflecting, so do excuse that. And then I can put my stamped piece on here as well. So I'm going to make sure I've got enough glue on here. I wonder if people got this glue gun for Christmas. I see it's all back in stock again in the UK. That's good. So this, remember, has got a very, very thin border all the way around. So I'm just pressing that down. Now I'm going to hopefully turn that over and work on that, because when you do your embossing, you will find that it will warp very slightly your card. And I want to make sure that that is going to stick down properly. You can hear it's got bubbles in. Can you hear that? Let's just hope that it's down. Needs a bit more glue. Staying stuck in some places and not in another. We need a bit more glue there. Shouldn't really peel it off like that. But hey. Let's turn that over again. So I'm then going to put my beautiful twisted frame on there, which will, in my opinion, totally transform that now. And when you've caught the colours that you're going to be using, so you've caught that pink, you've caught the gold, and when you're going to put your flowers on here as well, very simplistic, but just a really pretty design. So just simply a little bit of glue onto the other pieces of this. You could even go a bit mad and cut 2 of them, maybe one even in pink, just so that it really goes in with your layer. Or you can use the spray glue, just so that you've got that to be sure that it's going to stick well, because you have got a lot of fine lines on there. Okay, so I don't even know if that's the same way I put it in now, do you? I think it probably isn't, to be honest, but fortunately still fits in nicely. Now I'm going to get my silicone glue back out again, and I'm going to pop these little flowers down here. Now I have got some more made. I'm not quite sure. I think I might just love the colouring of this. So we can go maybe 3 in that corner and 2 up there, just because I can, just because it's pink, and it's a pretty pink, isn't it? Yeah, very, very pretty. And it looks in as good in real life as it does here. Some of the colours, I think we've discussed this before, some of the colours that I use, particularly the red one, looks awful. Looks lovely in real life, looks awful colour on my monitor for some reason. Looks a really orangey colour, but it isn't. It's a beautiful red. And these ones are a very true colour, baby pink, and they really are baby pink. So there's those 2, and the 2 little ones. The silicone glue gives it just a little bit more wiggle time and a little bit more, because I didn't put any foam on the back, it gives it a chance to have a little bit more, of a play about there. I don't think we needed that extra one there. And then just need to add I'm going to put, oh goodness me, I wanted to add some little extra embellishments on there. Some little pearls, maybe picking up the pearls that are on here. Just a couple, not go over the top, but just a couple of little ones, just to pick up that effect. And the pearl, as I said, goes in with the pearls that I've got on the centre there, really. I don't want to go too mad, but I just like a little bit of extra embellishment there. Let's just, I will promise I'll stop after that one. There we are. So a really stylish and simplistic card, but also this sort of thing again. You could do Christmas, you can do a happy Christmas in the center, you can do your flowers in the center, you could do paper piecing even in these pieces here. As I said, you could layer it up, you could do 2 pieces, so that would look good as well. And the flowers, I'm going to show you a different way of using exactly the same flowers on Wednesday with something else, which is also some sort of a sentiment, but it's something a bit special and I'm quite liking it. So I thought I'd bring that to you with this one as well on Wednesday. That sounds a little bit double Dutch, doesn't it? But believe me, it isn't double Dutch, and it will look really, really pretty, I think, when we have done that on Wednesday. So thank you. I'm glad you like it. Thank you for any of your orders. Yeah, the twisted square does look good, doesn't it? I'm pleased that you like it. Those items are all ready to go out the door, so they will be going off to you tomorrow in tomorrow's post. And the pre-orders are coming in at the end of this week, fingers crossed. So look out for your confirmation emails going back for that, for any of you that are outstanding waiting for the January card kit, which unfortunately had to be right from the very start, I can't believe it, on a pre-order. However, any of the items that you've seen today are available over on the maximumcrafts.com website. Just remind you what they are. So it's the Maximum Craft Primrose with the twisted squares and the floral sentiment stamp sets. I've used on this one the ribbon bloom, but there are 3 other different ones: petal blossom, blossom wreath, and floral symphony, I think they're all called. And I will be back on Wednesday, this Wednesday, the 15th of January, halfway through the first month of 2025, with a little extra version of our beautiful primroses, plus something rather lovely to go with every single card that you have ever made or are likely to make. How about that? So thank you for joining me today. Thumbs ups. Oh, lots of thumbs up today. So thank you for those. That's all running along down here. A little thumbs up symbol would be great if you haven't already. I do appreciate every single one of them. I will see you on Wednesday, hopefully. And if not, maybe even Saturday, as I have my first online workshop on Saturday where we're going to make a beautiful fan card. So look out for those. They're going to be up there to show people after the workshop on Saturday. Okay, so have a great week, everybody. Thank you so much for joining me. Take care, and I'll see you very, very soon. Bye.